Chicago's best. If you look at me specially, ecstasy. If you look at me blindly.
New World.
Yeah. I sell dope, dope, dope. Yeah, I sell dope, dope, dope. Yeah, I sell dope, dope, dope. Yeah, I sell dope, dope, dope. Don't snitch on me, cause I sell dope, dope, dope. Don't snitch on me, cause I sell dope, dope, dope. Don't snitch on me, cause I sell dope. If you were doing it, then you won't. Cause you know what it's like, trying to get that fucking peg, trying to count up a couple stacks. Your dreams, your trap, and you know what I mean. We ain't trying to live like a socialist, it's a free market in the world, killing it. You guys just ventriloquists, yeah. And you know you cannot stop what you cannot see. When I duck and weave, I'm like Muhammad Ali, and I be hitting that green till I'm feeling like a tree. I'm so at ease. New world, I guarantee your bitch ass crew cannot compete. I'm like Jordan, I want 3. Take a break, then I want 3 more. Fuck around, yeah, with your whore, cause she open up your door. It's not my fault, you ain't keep that lock. Man, I'm in that bitch. I sell dope, dope, dope. Yeah, I sell dope, dope, dope. Yeah, I sell dope, dope, dope. Yeah, I sell dope, dope, dope. Don't snitch on me, cause I sell dope, dope, dope. Don't snitch on me, cause I sell dope, dope, dope. Sell dope, I sell white. I sell cocaine in the Cadillac at night. I sell dope, I sell white. I sell cocaine in the Cadillac at night. I'm like a magnet, right? You guys riding slow like a mountain bike. I'm like higher than the jet. Fuck you, I'm wet, no disrespect to your dryness, but I'm weird, fuck your highness. I bring the kindness, you can't rewind this. Your whole fucking team is spineless. You can't mess with me if you a jellyfish. I'm like a polar bear and you're a leper sis. Fuck around with me, man, I'm like a wizard. And this cocaine something like a blizzard. That's my wizard. Dope, dope, dope. Dope, dope, dope. Oh. I sell dope, dope, dope. Yeah, I sell dope, dope, dope. Yeah, I sell dope, dope, dope. Yeah, I sell dope, dope, dope. Don't snitch on me, cause I sell dope, dope, dope. Don't snitch on me, cause I sell dope, dope, dope. Yo, I'm the greatest of all time, bitch. Smarty Mondays in the world. I'm here to stay. Number 1, yeah. You are, bitch.
What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? It's your boy AD, and that's all day. I'm in the spot. How y'all doing? Turn up for the family, turn up for the squad, turn up for everybody that you know and you love. I'm in here. Y'all see the topic. Today I wanted to touch on this a little bit. I wanted to touch on the price of housing and living in America, and basically just touch on the fact of how it's changed and how prices have really gone up, and it's really a challenge nowadays for a lot of people to like take care of themselves when it comes to their homing and their finances. So I wanted to touch on that a little bit because there's some things that I've seen and noticed and been taking a look at, especially when it comes to homing and housing. And then also I wanted to talk about Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns taking a back seat to WrestleMania, because that's pretty much what it's really going on when you really look at it and when you really think about it. They're clearly taking a back seat, man. And the sad part is they're taking a back seat to these lovebirds, to the 2 lovebirds. They're taking a back seat, and that's what I'm gonna call them. I'm gonna call them the lovebirds. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, the lovebirds. But I'm gonna get to that in a minute though. Before I get into that, man, I want to play this song. I don't got it downloaded, so I'm gonna have to, play it like how I used to play it, some of my other stuff. I ain't heard this song in a minute. I'm turning up to this for a minute, and then I'm gonna jump into this topic real quick. So let me go ahead and zone out to this. It's been a minute since I heard this. Shit, you gotta get them though. You gotta get them nowadays, man, for real. But let me go ahead. All right, I'm back. I'm back. You was hearing some static. Let me make sure my stuff is good now. Hold on. Let me. I know I was playing it. I was playing it the other way, like how I used to play my stuff. Cause I still ain't been downloading that stuff. I'm gonna do that very soon, where I'm gonna just start downloading a whole bunch of the music. Cause I got some stuff on here still, but I wanted to hear that song. Damn, I don't even know if y'all heard that or not. It was racks on racks on racks, man. You said like those old TVs from back in the day. Damn, I ain't even know. See, I haven't done that in a minute either. It's been a minute since I even done that. But thanks for telling me, because I need to continue to download my stuff on there. Sipping my little coffee. But all right, let me get into this topic real quick, man. So yeah, I wanted to just talk about the price of living and like how it is and how difficult it is for the average human being to now live on their own, or to get a house. Everybody always wants to get their own place or get their own house. That's like a big dream for people that want to do things in their life and get out. But it's a big step nowadays. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't people out here that don't work hard and can afford these things, but I'm just letting people know, like, on the average and how things are looking, it's just not really looking too good. And this is why I think I see a lot of the things that I see today when it comes to a lot of people and how they're living or where they're living. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, on the news, they say a lot of stuff, but like recently they were talking about, this many percentage of Americans is living paycheck to paycheck. You know what I'm saying? And it was like 64%. So that right there, even though I feel like it's kind of wrong that they be doing that, like I feel like they just like throwing it in our faces, like, oh, you're getting broker, you're getting broker. It's like they'll tell you how broke people are getting, but they surely won't have any solutions for it. Raven said, you really have to hustle nowadays. You gotta hustle and bustle, man. You gotta hustle and bustle, right? Or you really gotta really like have someone there for you to help out. Back in the day, what's up, Silent? Good to see you, man. How you doing? Like back in the day, you know how it was. They said a man could go to work and he could just go to work on his own and he could make enough money to pay for his house, his family, all of that stuff. That was what back in the what 50s, 60s, 70s, you know. And now look at it today. Look at it today and what would happen. Like, okay, y'all know I'm from Chicago. Y'all know I stay in Chicago. And y'all know, depending on where you live, it depends on the prices of like homing and stuff like that. But a lot of it is not too different, you know. But one thing that really doesn't change too much is your jobs, though, right? Like, no matter where you work, most of the time you might get paid around the same amount if you was in this state or in that state, or be close to it. Laura SOS said, money, I don't know a single person close to my age who can't afford a place. You said who can afford a place. He said they are all struggling with the rent, and monthly rent is a scam, in my honest opinion. Rent to own isn't. I feel you, Laura SOS, and thanks for coming out here and letting it be known, because I be seeing a lot of stuff too. I'm definitely gonna get to that very soon. But like for example, out here, right? Out here, if you want to rent like a 2-bedroom apartment, I say the average price is around $1,000. That's average. Like, that's probably average. And those may not even be the most okay neighborhoods. Like, if you want to go to like a decent neighborhood around here or something and you want to pay rent, man, you paying more than likely like 1,400 and up for it. And this is just for rent. And I mean, yeah, some of these places be looking kind of nice. Don't get me wrong, some of them do, but I'm just explaining the prices. And again, that is just rent alone. And then you got to pay for electricity. Then you got to pay for gas. Then you got to pay, well, for water. Well, some places you don't, some places you do, but half the time you got to pay for water. Add all of that up, right? Then you got to think about stuff to buy and what you need in the home. Then you got to make sure you can eat. Then you know all of this stuff together. And then what's so crazy about it is, and then you think about the average job, right? Can't. Yeah. Yeah, I feel you, man. And it's kind of sad because, like I said, back in the day, just one man alone could cover all of this. But look how one man average job working, it's like, well, how much money are you really going to have now, and where are you, where is it really going to go? What are you really going to do? What up, Drea? Good to see you. Good morning, y'all. Yeah, now it is morning now. Normally I come in here early afternoon, but yeah, it's morning time for me. It just hit 11 o'clock my time. Good to see you. Most places cost 1K to rent. Yup, that's how it kind of is pretty much out here. And like I said, that's like, and a lot of those places ain't the best areas or the best places. So you gotta think to yourself, what can the average human being do? I feel like this is why we have a lot of homelessness that's starting to grow in America as well. Because look how difficult it is. Like if everybody doesn't have a great job, right? Even if you try, everybody doesn't always get it. Everybody doesn't always get a job. Things happen. Sometimes things break. Sometimes you got to spend money here. Like it's so many things that a person can go through, and then boom, I gotta pay all of this. I work here. It's definitely getting more tougher. The price of living is definitely getting, and that's just rent. We haven't even gotten into the discussion of actually owning the homes and owning and buying some of these homes. Like some of these homes out here are expensive, man. I know for a fact it's hard for a lot of people to accumulate this. Like I see homes out here that ain't even that great and still be like $50,000. You know what I'm saying? 50,000. And the home ain't even all of that. It's just okay, How many people got the determination and the will to work hard and do what they got to do to get 50,000, 100,000? You know what I'm saying? And everybody again doesn't have the best job. Everybody don't got the best opportunities. I'm not saying people can't do these type of things, but I just want to let people know, like, this is the type of steps that you really got to go through if you want to so-called own a home or have a good place of living, you know. Right, good to see you. Good to see you. Hold on. I hope I ain't skipping nothing. I hope I ain't skipping nothing. Laura so it says, spend 10 years paying monthly rent. You pay more than enough to own. They just keep you in that monthly payment. I agree. I do agree that it's better to buy a home than to rent. Just like a car. I think it's better to buy a car than to keep paying for it, and you ain't gonna keep it. Most people I see, they'll pay their car note every month, but then once it's like they're close to paying it off, or once it get a little too old to them, now they're turning it in for a newer car to pay an even bigger car note, and the cycle like never ends. Drea said that's what helps with apartments. You only have to pay the rent. Most times homes comes with extra utilities. Yeah, I mean you gotta crawl before you walk. If you don't have the money to buy a home, you gotta start somewhere, right? But if you do pay rent, I definitely feel like it's good to continue to try to stack, use that little money until you got enough money to get you an actual real home. Now I know it's places out here that are a little cheap and you got to build them up in that, but again, that takes a lot of effort and a lot of money, and you got to think from a normal standpoint. Like I said, everybody doesn't have this and that. It's crazy how we living now. And then you got food going up, then gas was just skyrocketing like holy hell not too long ago, you know uh SOSL apartment reminds me of the old school mafia where they go to collect every month. And if you don't pay, LOL, that's funny. The old school mafia, they come to collect, right? Straight up. Raven said, imagine living in the hood paying 1K a month to live there. Hey, some people do. Some people do. Straight up. I'm not even joking. But you know what? Like I said, if you do pay that or more, most of the time it might be at least looking a little good on the inside, but you just might not be in the best area. But I will admit, a lot of people out here, when they try to sell their homes, a lot of people do keep their homes up and keep them up to date. I will give them that. I don't see too many terrible homes like that, but you still got to have that money. Silver Sun says almost impossible. Yeah, I mean, imagine if you was really going through a struggle when you was by yourself and you didn't have no help with nothing. And imagine having to go to work and just imagine, like I said, what does the average job pay? Like if you was just at a normal job making normal money, how much money would you make in about 2 weeks? What you would make? 400, 500, 600? depending on how many hours you work and where you work. Now put that into a month. Now add that into the rent and all other expenses. And then a lot of people got spending habits, right? A lot of us have habits. A lot of us got things that we like to buy and we like to spend on and stuff. So that just makes it even harder and more difficult, you know. Not saying that those people maybe shouldn't cut some of those things out in order to get what they need, but we know this type of stuff happens though. Drea said, yes, the homes cost you have to pay on a decent mortgage to own eventually, but you have to keep up with that mortgage. It's like a car note. Yeah, I mean, shit. Like I said, man, owning a home is definitely a wonderful thing. You know, taking care of your own stuff and doing that, you know, it's just, man, like some of these homes in nicer areas, they're definitely costing over $100,000, $200,000. So yeah, in order to really do this stuff, you really gotta have either you already good with like your family and they done hooked you up good, or you got a good job, or they didn't. Even with jobs, people be getting hooked up and connections with jobs. Either you got some outstanding paying job, either you done worked up some real good business, or like that got some shit going, something like you really got to do something. I mean, a lot of these times you can have 2 or 3 jobs, even though that we already know that's extremely hard to do. But would that even be enough to cover a lot of these expenses without a real plan? I rent, I don't own, so yeah, it sucks. LO, it's something I know that isn't right. The rent for everything, but then again, I got to do it. Man, I do know some people who's been paying rent for like the past 20, 30 years. I definitely seen that before. And it makes you shake your head a little bit, you know, because it's like you got your place, but you definitely want to keep trying to move forward to get the best. But, you know, this is why you see a lot of things which you see nowadays, you know. I'm seeing more and more homes where it's like multiple people staying in the home, you know. I'm seeing less homes with people either living by themselves or like real families moving into a home. Like I'm seeing less and less in that. Like nowadays I'm starting to see more people just, you know, staying at home and not really like wanting to move from where their parents stay or whatever, even when they're working. Or I'm starting to see a lot more people grouping up in homes, you know, and you kind of see why, because nobody wants to do it. Like a lot of people nowadays, not only do they want to work hard and try to, you know, pay off these expenses, but a lot of people don't want to put in the extra responsibility into taking care of a home too. Because, you know, let's not forget, we got to keep these homes clean, keep them nice, keep them up, work on them. Laura said there was a time we just paid the king to live in the kingdom. Now we paying everyone, even your neighbors. Damn, that's crazy, man. That's why I say it's crazy times. Like I said, we used to go to work, that we was able to go to work and just work one job and everything was fine and you still could take care of your fam. Now look, you know, now look. And then that's why, and then you wonder why a lot of people are so materialistic too, because it's getting more uncommon for people to have like nice things, you know. What up, Garcia? What's popping, bro? He said houses in the hood in California is going for 4 to 5 thousand. Insane. 400 to 500,000. See, that shit wild. I know, right? That shit is wild. Like it's crazy, and I bet you if we go back, I bet you at least 20 years, I bet you it was probably like at least 25% less than that, 30, 40. You know, some of these people I know who've been living in their spots for a long time, I feel like some of these people don't really know because they've been there for a long time, so they don't know like, hey, stuff around you going up. Because I think that's what's going on too. They want prices to go up and higher just to make it harder for you to own this stuff. Because when you own homes, it's like you got the power to really do certain things in the neighborhood because you own the place, you know. BlackRock is buying up all the homes in California. They want everyone to rent. Mm. And out here, Like honestly, out here, I'm starting to see less rent and more selling homes. That's what I'm just seeing out here. It's still a lot of places for rent, but out here it seems like I've been hearing stories of a lot of people now starting to move in homes, tear them up, don't pay nothing, and then they move out. And I think that's starting to make a lot of homeowners not want to rent anything too. And I've seen this before where people will move into your home, they'll tear it up, not care about the home, and they'll be there for a short amount of time, and then they'll just end up leaving, and now you got to deal with this hot mess. But I can understand what you're saying too, because if you buy everything up, it's like a monopoly. You buy everything up. You know what I'm saying, and you forcing these people to rent. Then boom, you ain't got no choice but to abide by their rules and their prices. We call smokes faggots. That's that. What want to go over today? LOL. Oh, you said I don't remember that. You said, oh no, yeah, that definitely wouldn't go over today. But I don't remember people doing that. I'm trying to think. Like, do I remember people saying that back in the day and calling them that? I don't know. He said or fags. LOL. I don't remember that. That's crazy. I don't know. I never really heard nobody use that term before. Laura SOS said, up in my area, the high end rent I think is like 2,000. The lowest 1,000. Okay, so yeah, and that's money that you got to make up every month with all of this other stuff. That like again, this is why homelessness I think is really increasing. And and something else we can't forget is that we live in a world where people don't really care about you if you ain't got no money or if you ain't doing nothing. Like overall, right? Like if you ain't got no money or you hurting, struggling, shit, even in a lot of situations, if you ain't got a car, people will just automatically just look at you and just think you're a bum and just think you're not worth their time. And that's what makes it more difficult too, than how you ain't getting no help. Now nobody wants to pay attention to you, no matter what you could be going through. So that just makes it all more difficult. But then once you start getting some money and you start doing some big things, now all of a sudden, now they want to act like they know you and they want to be your friend. That statement is also so true, but they're making it harder that way. And again, people are becoming more materialistic, which means the odds of actually gaining these types of things is just going to become lower and lower. Unless we could really see a real like drop in the homes and the housing prices, like for real. That's what we really need, honestly. Not saying people can't do these things, not saying people can't go to work, save their money, make some sacrifices, you know. But it's definitely way more different than what it used to be. Definitely. And definitely more to think about and more, because a lot of these homeowners, they still got to pay property taxes and stuff too. And that's what makes a lot of them want to drive the price up as well, you know. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna move this topic on to the final thing I want to talk about, and that's gonna be Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns taking the back seat in this road to WrestleMania. What up? What up, Garcia? Right. So yeah, I just converted my garage into a studio and rented to a friend. Times are tough. Man, hey, that's a good idea though, right? That's a good idea though. That you hey, now you can get that's a little nice little hustle. Cause I mean, y'all know how I feel, right? Like working, yeah, working is something, right? But I always say ain't nothing wrong with having a little hustle, especially if it's a legal hustle. You can do legal hustling, and that's what I advise to do. Because nowadays it's kind of like you need more than one income. Like I said, everybody doesn't have that fancy job where they can make two, three, $400,000 a year. Everybody don't got that. Like I said, it's a lot of people that try hard to get it and still can't get it. Just because of a lot of different reasons. You know? That's why we gotta work hard and we gotta try hard to save our money and to work together and to be close to one another, who are on the same path that you on, and on the same lifting as you on to lift things up. We can't keep having all of this narcissism and selfishness in our lives, because all that's going to do is just push us further down the hill. Fall off and go broke. You cancel yourself. You will see who is real. Yep. Yep. And I've experienced that in my life. I've experienced that. That's why I be so real about it, because I know what it's like to have some money and things be cool, and then once some shit happens and you go through struggles, or once you lose your job, I've seen it firsthand how people will change. I'm telling you, most of them will completely ignore you, you know. But that's why it's good to have people that are down no matter what, and who will help you through your struggles, just like they'll help you if you're struggling. That's why it's good to have that in your life, because a lot of people, you wake up and you realize that they was just there for what I had anyways. It helps you see a lot, I'll tell you that. But it's sad though when you got to see people actually struggle and go through things, and it's sad to see the world turn on you, its face on you, like that. And it's always exists, and it seems like it'll never change. But some people don't realize it until it's too late. But all right, on to the wrestling thing real quick. Y'all seen what happened on Raw. Y'all seen what happened. Y'all been seeing what's been going down on Raw and SmackDown lately. We got 2 weeks to WrestleMania. Man, this is very sad that Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns are taking the back seat to Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Ever since this whole feud been going on, it's been Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. And they keep making them bicker and backer like they're fighting when they obviously was going to bring them together. This story has been pretty predictable overall. And that's sad how the two main people that's going into WrestleMania in the main event are playing back page. Like you're literally playing, like you literally making Cody come out and say, hey, we need to be together and all of this, and I need to be with Cody and Sammy and them, when he shouldn't be doing anything with them. It should be him and Roman Reigns gearing up to the goddamn end, fucking total hype ass feud. That's what it should be. But no, Roman Reigns is barely even there. You don't even have him on the show. And we're just going to make it all about what Sammy and Jay were going through, and Kevin Owens. And you see it's been like this every week. Every week. I mean, even Roman Reigns' last two opponents was who? Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. Oh yeah, legal hustle. Yeah, get that legal hustle on, right? That's the way to do it. Because you don't want to be looking over your shoulder every 5 seconds. That's the downside about illegal hustles. You got to always be looking over your shoulder. And hey, you know what? To bring that up real quick, that's something else that you will see too. Like a lot of times people might have what they got because they out here doing something dirty. They out here doing something they shouldn't be doing. It's a lot of people that rob people. It's a lot of people that got scams going on to get money and stuff. So a lot of people be doing that more too. Like, oh, I can't afford what I need at work. I can't get this at work. Well, let me go scam somebody, or let me go rob somebody, or let me go do this, Dre said working hard is the way to success. I agree. You got to work hard, and you got to give patience and time to what you want to do. Don't overexert yourself, but definitely do your best. I agree again, right. You got to take a break sometimes and take a chill out sometimes, but always stay focused, stay focused on your goals and never give up, and don't let others that don't maybe not agree with what you're doing try to bring you down. As long as you know what you're doing is right, just stick to it. Hey, you said raw dog and LOL. You all are good people. Much love, fam. Keep focusing on self. Same to you, Laura SOS, man. I appreciate it. I really do. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Now, like I was saying, like it's just getting terrible. It's getting real bad. I really don't like them taking a back seat like this. It's not cool. It's like how much do you really have to do to just throw it in our face that you really want everyone to care about a damn Sami Zayn and a Kevin Owens more than the bloodline itself. You know, it's getting kind of ridiculous, and it's getting kind of out of hand. It's getting pretty obvious, kind of like Roman's, like for example, when Roman went against Logan Paul, did they do all this shit with him and Logan Paul? No, they did not. No, they did not. Did they have Logan Paul lower himself, all teamed up with a Sami Zayn and Kevin and all of this? No, they did not. Want to know why? Because they didn't want to take no shine away from Logan Paul. They wanted Logan Paul to be looking strong and be Logan Paul. That's why they had Logan Paul pretty much going against the whole bloodline by himself. Pretty much. He was going against the whole bloodline. Logan Paul, and he was looking good against the fights against Roman too. Notice that all the people that Roman had fought in these past 3 pay-per-views, notice that all of them was looking strong on them. You know, it's getting pretty obvious, but with Logan, there was none of this other stuff. There was none of this other stuff with Logan. But here comes Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. They got their little chance. They got all their attention. Now they already lost against Roman, but they're still so-called in the circle in the story with them. They already done lost. But Cody is now with them. Now we can't even see Cody alone anymore. Pray for them. Yeah, we can't even see Cody alone anymore, right? Now every time he come out, he got to be worried about what them other two are doing. This is ridiculous. The whole having Kevin Owens come back like that when you know, and having the Sammy run to him no matter what he do, when you know he turned his back on Roman with hitting the chair shot, y'all know dang well that's terrible. Y'all know it. And then again, y'all are purposely, this is why the build to WrestleMania is just not that good, because you're purposely just putting certain little things up and focusing like it should be Roman. I mean, this should be bigger than what it is. Because it could be big. This could be big. Roman and Cody could be big. You know, if you allow it to be big, it could be huge. But right now, it's not looking like that. No. Right now, it look like, yeah, it look like they're taking back seats, man. For real. It's kind of sad. Like, why would you have Jey Uso have a whole segment where he got to talk to Sammy when he already super kicked them, showed him he wasn't with him? You know what I'm saying? Here you go. Everything is about them. On every episode you watch, it doesn't matter if you're watching Raw. It doesn't matter if you're watching SmackDown. It doesn't matter if you're watching the pay-per-view. You can't say every one of those does not revolve around Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens in the past 3 months. Every episode, they're always getting matches. They're always getting most of the time, and they're all and it's just getting real predictable. You're gonna have Jay not talk to Roman first? How are you gonna tell? How is Roman gonna tell Jimmy, "Oh, go find your brother, or you're out in a week"? Like, how is he gonna tell him that? But then that never happened. And he's back. He's already back, been back. But that never happened. But he has to go talk to Sami Zayn. And in the end, it just led to you and your brother getting beat up. Wow, this is supposed to be interesting. Y'all, again, man, if I wasn't a wrestling fan, I would not be doing but I don't know. Like I said, after WrestleMania, I'm not sure if I might take a little break from this. Because it's like I like to watch stuff that's good and entertaining. And right now, it's not looking too great. But then we're coming up on WrestleMania. So it's like you don't want to miss WrestleMania. Because, you know, that's like the biggest show. But we'll see. We'll see. We will see where that goes. We'll see. But I do feel like they're taking a back seat. They're definitely taking a back seat. It's definitely about those two. And it shouldn't even be that important. It's bringing up old stuff to. This is just out of hand. This whole bloodline story with Sami Zayn and them it's really out of hand. It really is. I mean, like for example, we got Raw coming on tomorrow. Okay, what y'all gonna do again? What? Solo's gonna be in another match with someone. What? KO? What? Some is gonna be another main event. You see, there ain't even no main events anymore. There ain't no main events anymore. Now everything ends with some weird segment to push for a fake pop or a push. It's no more main events, no more strong matches at the end to end the show. That's another thing that's like, man, what the hell? Drea said Roman needs to bring his butt back, laughing but serious. No, I agree. He do. He do, but him not being there just like takes away from his shine too. I mean, it's okay to, like I said, be gone for a little minute and come back, but when you got stuff going on and you should be involved in the storyline and you supposed to be in a WrestleMania match coming up, you got to be here a little bit more in this developing your stuff with Cody. You had that one little thing with Cody, and that took a while for us to get. That took a good minute. Al KO Roman. That's funny. Roman Reigns. Man. Yeah, you said weak sauce. Yeah, his butt he definitely needs to have his butt there though more. He definitely do. To help build this storyline with Cody. Cause again, having him play bandwagon to Sammy and them, nah, that's not really helping. That's not really helping at all. So those are two things I want to talk about. I maybe I could touch on this a little later. I know normally I have my little group, little chat with Drea, but Drea, she doing some important things. So I might try to throw another one a little quicker this week where we have our little group chat and we talk it out and bring another topic. Because I feel like this is a big topic, homes and the price of living and work and how things have changed from how it used to be and what do you see now? Do you see that a lot now? A lot of people living on their own. Do you see a lot of people grouping up? Do you see more homelessness? Do you see high housing prices? Do you see a lot of homes for sale? Because I'll be back to talk about some more of this stuff. And thank you, everyone who joined me in the comments tonight. I really appreciate it, guys. Thanks a lot. I hope you guys enjoy your Sunday. I don't know what I'm being to later. I'm being to something later. I'm not sure though right now, but I just want to come up and talk, man. I like these little early morning, afternoon chit chats. You said he gets weak after taking a break because of COVID. I remember them saying he got that. I remember, man. Guys, I got it. I got it, man. I got it, dudes. And he was And man, he carried it through that though. He carried that whole brand during CV though. I think it would have been extremely hard for a lot of other people to carry that brand when the audiences were gone and stuff. Remember, he was scared of the CV, LOL, scaredy cat. Yeah, I remember that. I totally remember that, and I remember it was a big thing about it too. Wasn't that like early 2019? I think that was early 2019 when that happened. Drea said, no problem. Have a great Sunday. You too, Drea. Have a good one. I hope you enjoy your day. Have a good one. It's another cold but nice sunny day. Yeah, out here it is chilly. It was pretty cold yesterday. Today it's a little cold as well. But right, it's sunny though, but like cold. I know. But okay, everyone. I hope y'all enjoy y'all day. Take care. I'll be back with some more topics. And you'll probably definitely see me tomorrow night for Raw. So thank you. Have a good one.